All right, it's new bike day. Today I've been waiting for about waiting for this for about 9 weeks. Riding my brand new 2021 Fezzari Delano Peak. Got the Elite build. Got it last night. I came home from work, set it up, and now here I got it out for its first voyage. Now, the Delano Peak is 150 mils travel up front, 135 in the rear, 29er, carbon fiber. The Elite build has Fox 36 performance factor, Fox 36 performance fork up front, Fox DPX2 shock in the rear, XT quad piston brakes, Shimano SLX shifter, XT derailleur, and cassette. Stans Flow S1 wheels with 2.5 inch Maxxis Mini up front and 2.5 inch Maxxis Aggressor in the rear. I've been looking for a modern trail full suspension for a while, but of course, things being what they are, I had my eye initially on like a Trek Fuel 9.7, 9.8, but Trek is out until end of the year or beginning of next year, and I wanted something for the summer in a full suspension. So I checked out my options, and Fezzari it's gotten a lot of good buzz, good reviews. Price was about what I was looking to pay. Spec was good. So ordered one up, and ain't gonna help me climb that thing anymore. Ordered one up, and here it is about 9 weeks later, which was pretty much right in line with their ETA. The quote was, when I ordered it, was 7 to 9 weeks lead time. First thing right off the bat was the seat that came with it. I think it was a Stella Royal Stealth or something like that. Oh, that was an awful seat. Took it for a little test road last night, just down and around the cul-de-sac, and I knew immediately that thing had to go. Whew. Looks really cool, but man, that thing was, for me, was really uncomfortable. We're all built differently. I can't fault Fezzari for putting it on, because there's probably a lot of people out there who like it. But that had to go. Ideally, I was looking for a bike in the 140 front, 130 rear travel for my neck of the woods. That would have been plenty. Not be too much bike for the more XC trails, and not too little when I go to places, go over to Bentonville and back down Spider Mountain, hopefully someday, or that type of thing. Kind of cover those bases. Also knew I wanted a 29er after a modern 29er after my Texas trip on my NS Eccentric, which is long, low, and slack. I rode that 5 days straight, and on all kinds of terrain, and I really enjoyed it. And basically what I wanted was a full suspension version of that, the way it felt and the way it handled. So I was being 150, 135. That's pretty close to what I was wanting. So one of the neat things about Fezzari is they do this 23-point fitting thing so they try and get the bike set up for you. So when you get it, all you got to do is put it back together, which is putting the front wheel on and the bars, adjusting things to your preference, and go. They also offer like little add-ons. So for an extra fee, you can they'll set the tires up tubeless for you, valve, sealant. So basically all you gotta do is check your tire pressure and go. I think that was about 75, 80 bucks for them to do that. I chose to do that myself because I've got all the stuff I need to do that. They also offer 2 levels of frame protectant, clear frame protectant, and I believe the full one was again about 70 bucks, you know, for them to provide and install. So I elected to go with that because I'll set my own tubeless tires, but the tediousness of applying all the stickers, and I know that if I would have foregone that, best laid plans, put frame protectant on here, I'd never get around to do it. So for me, that was worth that extra cost to have it done. So it's kind of nice. So it's not just, you're not just ordering a bike and getting it shipped to you. There's little extras that you can opt in or out of. And so all those tasks can be done for you if you like. So this is also my first bike with a 12-speed drivetrain. Where I live, where I ride most of my time, I don't think 12 speeds necessary. I have a wide range 9, I have an 11 speeds, 42 tooth max cog. Where I ride, that's plenty for me, and I'm not a particularly strong rider. And I see, working in the bike shop, I see folks who ride locally, and some folks, this is the trail that they ride all the time. And basically on this trail, you know, I ride this on my single speed. And if you got gears and you use them, you really only need like 2 or 3 here to get through it. So with the 12 speeds being thinner chains, you know, chains will wear out a little bit quicker. And if you wear out the cassette and you only use three gears, you can't just replace those 3 gears. You know, it's a whole new cassette. And if you got, like, this is an XT cassette on here, that's a couple $100 when it comes time to replace it. And you know, so I don't think that's a good value here. It's 12 speed, sure. You live in places with atrocious climbs, and you use a lot more of your cassette range, sure, but for here in central Oklahoma, Oh, there's a bar. That was a bar strike. Must be done. New bike, new grips. You gotta clip a tree. I think it's a rule. Also too busy Jewish Shepherd. So, as I was saying before I rudely interrupted myself, the 12-speed, I think where I live this isn't necessary for your day-to-day adventures around here. That's why I opt for like the microchipped Advent. It's cheap. Cassette's like 40 bucks. 9-speed chain, it's like 15 bucks. So I could, hey squirrel, watch out. So on my Advent drivetrains, I could literally replace the entire drivetrain twice for the cost of the cassette that comes on this bike. If I had my druthers, I'd probably put an Advent X on here, which I may do. We'll see if I wear this out. If and when I wear this out, I'll probably just go ahead and replace it. All right, here's the first descent from up here. First descent, that was, oh my goodness, that was extremely composed. Whew. That was wonderful. Felt really good. Obviously that wasn't super steep or super chunky, but there is chunk in there, and I didn't necessarily, there's smoother lines. I didn't really pick them, I just kind of just went. Now, these brakes definitely need some work. But at the end of this ride, I'm gonna ride down the backside of the dam, and that's long and steep, so that should do a good job of getting them bedded in. Well, the nice thing about Fezzari is they have 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try the bike for 30 days. If you're not happy, you can send it back. And that's really nice because, you know, these things aren't cheap. So, especially being direct-to-consumer brand, you don't have an opportunity to, you generally don't have an opportunity to test ride one. So with the direct-to-consumer deal, you can get better prices than for a comparable bike from a bike shop. Hey sir, how's it going? But the downside is don't try before you buy. At least with a local bike shop, you can at least throw your leg over it. I'm sure most places, our shop lets you at least ride it around outside somewhat, so you can at least get some sort of a feel for the bike before you plunk down your cash. So that's the only reason I went with the Fezzari is, you know, I've got 30 days to check it out. It makes the price tag on a bike such as this easier to swallow, because you're not stuck if it isn't what you want or doesn't work for you. The other way bike shortage is, and you probably sell this on your own for what you, either what you paid for it or about what you paid for it, because bikes are in such short supply. So there wasn't much of a risk going this route with the Fezzari. So I'll be riding the heck out of this the next month or so. Go around different trails in the state, from easy ones to tech ones. Try and really put the bike through the paces that I personally would be putting it through. All right, here we go, climb. So far it feels really good. Still have the shock in the trail position. Oh yeah, that wasn't bad at all. Wasn't trying for PR on that segment or anything. Just want to see how well you can sit, spin, climb your way up. Ah, that's gross. That was a nice chunk. Ah! Oh, that's a fun little section. Way too short.
first ride was a resounding success. The bike fit me perfectly. There wasn't any adjustment period or getting used to how the bike handled. I just got on it and rode. When I ordered the bike, I paid half it in cash and financed the remaining balance, so in the case I needed to return it, I still had cash on hand for another option while waiting for the refund.
Let's get our billy goat on right here.
After my third ride, I paid the balance. The bike isn't going back. I've ridden it a lot more since the filming of this video, and I've only come to like it more. Thanks for watching. Until next time.